Was there a motive pertaining to a Uber driver, 58 years old, being stabbed? During that time, before the stabbing, was there a motive involved? Why would a 17-year-old want to stab a 58-year-old Uber driver? Was there a disagreement? Was there an issue that occurred, that possibility of an argument or something in the vehicle, or getting out of the vehicle? What could have happened? Like, subscribe, ID in the Discovery Channel. Yes, ID in the Discovery Channel. The links are provided below. Get that Discovery Go app as well as an ID Go app. You might want to get those two things combined and make them into one, and I'm a Discovery influencer. So, a 58-year-old Uber driver was stabbed once again by a 17-year-old in California. Authorities placed a teen girl in custody after the 58-year-old was stabbed to death. She did not just stab the 58-year-old, she also killed her, right? There were witnesses recorded on a 911 call who seen the Uber driver being attacked inside of the vehicle. So there were, in fact, people that seen it, right, as it was happening, right? Police found her unresponsive, the 58-year-old who was stabbed to death, right? The 17-year-old was seen running. How you hurry up and you scurry out, right? She left the crime scene as soon as possible, right? So she's to be charged with two felony counts. I'm combining words. I'm sorry. I'm collaborating words. That's funny in itself. So two felony counts, one for torture and one for murder. A prosecutor working for the case wants her transferred to adult court. A prosecutor would want that sort of thing because to be 17 years old and stabbing to death a 58-year-old, right? A prosecutor will see you as completely of age, as on the mindset, a level of a 58-year-old. To take a 58-year-old's life is to say what type of mindset does that 17-year-old had or has, right? That's why prosecutors question, and sometimes that's why prosecutors want an individual to serve up more time or be tried as an adult, complete adult, right? Because is there not a lot of reasons to stab a Uber driver? That sort of thing. When Uber drivers get stabbed to death, or somebody got killed by an Uber driver, or somebody got killed getting out of a Uber driver's vehicle, right? That sort of thing makes all type of people leery of not Uber itself, no, of the individuals that's involved. Because it's not really Uber. It's the people that are involved, right? You can be a company and hire this person or have that person working, right, and do background checks. Companies, that's what they do. They do background checks. But sometimes things go wrong. There's situations that have occurred. Somebody came in to work on the wrong day, did the wrong thing, said the wrong thing, right? Each individual is a human. They could have a clean background check, never did murder, never killed anybody, never touched a soul, right? Same with individuals that in fact attack Uber drivers and kill them. What was the mindset of the 17-year-old to even want to stab to death a 58-year-old Uber driver, right? Because, yeah, it does make you say, what is going on? See, not everything can be stopped. How you say, well, you know, we're Uber. We want these sort of situations to not take place. Uber, I'm saying. They can do everything and still have situations occur because they're dealing with human beings, right? As in the Uber drivers, the company itself could be a very good company, right? But then there could still continue being attacks. That's what I'm speaking on. Because that even places the Uber drivers and Uber itself at risk. It just does. To be Uber is to say, okay, our drivers are not protected enough. They can do all sorts of things to try to protect themselves. And yet you're still dealing with human beings that's off the street, as in you don't know where they're coming from. and their purpose and the reason, right? Um, I questioned if there was wording, just as I did in my opening, right? Were there words exchanged? Because unless a 17-year-old was just doing a prank or something crazy like that, pertaining to, well, let me just get in the car and stab. Because even teenagers are known to do random things just to do them, right? But I'm thinking there would have been more of a motive, right? I had questioned, did the 17-year-old rob the Uber driver? How you rob someone, and then the individual fights you back, right? As you're robbing the driver, right? And then the driver is killed in that. That has to be questioned as well. Did a robbery take place of that 17-year-old? Did the 17-year-old have in mind before she got into the vehicle to rob that Uber driver? And then knew that she was going to kill the Uber driver in the end? Because there's no reason for me to even get an Uber and say, let me stab this driver to death. Unless there was something, say the person knew her outside of the situation. How you have family, friends, you're 17 years old, you might have been cool with somebody that's related to the Uber driver, or there was some connection there or something, and then you get mad or upset, and so you just go stab your friend's family member or something like that, right? Because to be attacking like that, yeah, that would have to stand in question how many times she was stabbed to death. Yeah, because if nobody knows anything about that, that's just, yeah. Because if there were a lot of stab markings or something, uh, yeah, then I would think, that's more personal. Maybe she was friends with somebody's family, act like she was getting in the Uber to ride, right? And then, had something against the family or something like that, and then stabbed her or something. Stuff like that occurs. It happens, right? We're on investigationdiscovery.com. The ID logo stands in the far left corner. Live now. Nightmare Next Door. New episodes. To receive an audio-visual preview, click the play button and you would in fact receive that sort of thing. Unlocked episodes. It just seems like there's something more to why that Uber driver was stabbed to death like that. It just doesn't seem like it just occurred and she just got stabbed to death and died or something. She might not have wanted to pay. You know how you ride an Uber, the situation with that sort of thing. You gotta come up out of money or something, right? Sometimes people ride in vehicles, taxis, and all the rest, right? Don't want to pay, and then they get mad and they stab somebody to death or something. Recommended for you. Shouts out to Lieutenant Joe Kenda as well as Paula. See, I'm more used to taking taxis, so I don't know the complete overall details of riding an Uber and the pay situation. Paying out of pocket, as in the wage, trains, that as well, knowing how to, get on trains and the amount that has to be paid and all the rest, right? Because Uber is different, right? Not completely knowing their overall setup, as in city to city and state to state. Each state is different, right? But sometimes people, they don't want to pay for their transportation, and so even that leads to death, as in a person getting stabbed to death or something, if they have to pay after they get out the ride or something like that, right? You never know. So, dear viewers, let me know what you think and feel about the video. Let me know what you think could have occurred to the 58-year-old Uber driver. And may you enjoy your day. I will, in fact, enjoy mine, and I'm going for now. 1.